We're in the garage apartment right now, and you are upstairs. I'm downstairs, but this is the upstairs, and I'm going to show you what it's going to be planned for. So, one second. Let's go. So the client is choosing to do an open floor plan pretty much. So where we are standing right now is going to be the small little kitchenette, which we are going to have a fridge, a sink, and some cabinets. And then over here is going to be a tiny, tiny dining room that's going to have 2 sconces. This is what the homeowner has wanted. And we're going to do tile on the wall, but we decided not to. So we're going to focus on the kitchen for the tile. But we had this beautiful wood floor that we actually uncovered after we took the carpet out. And I'm 90% sure we're actually going to move forward with the wood floor. This is just plywood. So we're going to have to get some heart pine weaved in, and then it's going to be a little bit different color because heart pine is hard to match specifically, especially once it's kind of been covered for so long. So we're going to try our best, and that is just one awesome thing that happened with this garage apartment upstairs. Another thing is that we're adding plumbing to the upstairs. So actually there used to be plumbing here. This is cast iron galvanized. This actually used to be to a sink, but there was no sink here. It was just hidden behind the wall. So we're just going to cap it. But over here, we're going to have all new PVC plumbing for the bathroom and the kitchen. And for easiness of plumbing, we put the kitchen backing the bathroom. So all the plumbing is kind of together. So we have the sink over here, and then on the other side is the drain for the shower. And we decided, or the client decided when we were in it, this was going to be a linen closet, but we actually decided to take the space and make a super long shower. So that is the plan, and we decided to put the shower head here, but we're going to be building out a wall so that the water can actually be inside the wall and not in the pocket door that we're going to be putting there. So we just had to keep thinking about a few things, but the plumbing is almost done. So that is lovely. So we're in the bathroom. I'm just going to show you what's going on in the bathroom. Let's go that way. I asked the client what her opinion was because typically we put a can-fan combo into the shower, but she looked at me and said, absolutely not. I want a can light here and the fan needs to be separate. So where are we putting it? We're going to be putting it above the toilet here. However, you can see that we have sloped ceilings. So where are we going to put it? It's not going to go straight in the middle because this is where a valley is. We're actually going to be putting it off to the side, and we're going to see once this opens up where the roof rafters are, because that'll determine where it's going to go. But I have to go and purchase that, and that's going to be something that I'll show you where I'm getting it from. Or like my videographer just suggested, why don't we, instead of putting it here and touching the ceiling, another area on the ceiling, why don't we just put it right here in the corner? So I'm going to recommend it to the client, and you might see it there if she approves. The reason is because right back here is the soffit. So technically when you're doing the exhaust fan, you have to vent it out, obviously, and they can just vent it out through the soffit, which is very, very easy rather than going through the roof. So when you walk up in here, we have a square. It's an open floor plan, but it's square, and you have this huge thing of a wall that is the bathroom. Again, yes, it is taking up maybe almost 25% of the space, but people love bathrooms, and especially super long, beautiful, or future to be beautiful showers. So I think it's going to be awesome. Oh, and did I tell you the homeowner wants to put the wooden floor that's in here? She wants to keep the wood floor. So it's going to be wood floor, not tile, and then you're going to have tile in the shower. So I think it's going to be a doll baby. If you are deciding to put a pocket door in your new bathroom build out in this garage, and you want a pocket door, you need to be aware of the location of where you want to put your shower head, because let me show you something that we didn't catch until we moved the location of the shower. Come over here. So I'm going to go through the pocket door area. But anyways, I'm standing in the shower. You're going to see that this is the opening into the bathroom. This looks like an opening to the shower. It is not. We're going to be opening the pocket door here. The pocket door has to have this void. Nothing can be in here. No nails, no plumbing, nothing. So what we have to do is put a 2x4 wall here, and the plumbing is going to go through the 2x4 and come up to 80 inches high. So that's where your shower head's going to come out, and then you still have your pocket door here. So that's how you have to run it. You have to make sure that you have nothing going in your pocket door, because I've seen it sometimes. People accidentally forget that they have a pocket door there, and they poke through some nails to put like a towel rod. Not a good thing. When you are running new plumbing with your shower head, you need to make sure that you're understanding how high. Do you want it 78 inches high from the floor? Do you want it 80 inches? Are you like 6'7"? Do you want it higher than that? So you have to be specific about how high you want your shower head, because once the plumbing's done, the tile's done, it's done.